You want me to start ordering destruction or removal of mobile homes that aren't owned by necessarily the defendant? If it's stolen property and somebody's recorded something, I don't get to keep the stolen property. You can't just buy a property and absolve yourself and say, hey, I bought this, I didn't know. Gardens versus Ronald Wilcox, and Erica Ziola is the guardian of Ronald Wilcox, 2404042.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Commissioner Puttick on behalf of Mr. Wilcox.
So, what are we doing on this? My Lord, do we have a trial coming up?
No, Your Honor. So this is actually a post-conditional dismissal motion that my office had filed. So essentially what we're asking, and what I clarified with opposing counsel, is that we're asking that the case be reopened for the limited purpose to allow entry of a judgment and an order of eviction, and in order to allow demolition of the mobile home as to all occupants only because of the condition of the home that's situated on the property.
Ms. Prucknick?
So Mr. Wilcox didn't have title to the property, Your Honor. He's given up any rights that he may have to the property. We just don't want the judgment in his name. He did what he was supposed to under the conditional dismissal.
Who owns the mobile home?
So the title is in the name of a Shirley Campbell, who I believe Mr. Wilcox purchased the home from, and then he just never recorded the title in his name.
You know what?
We don't believe he ever got the title.
The judge instantly spots the core issue here. Nobody can actually prove who owns this mobile home. And without clear ownership, approving demolition could create a huge legal disaster.
How can I keep doing this? I mean, Ms. Kingsley, am I missing something? If I am, tell me. You got a gap in title. You want me to start ordering destruction or removal of mobile homes that aren't owned by necessarily the defendant?
So it's essentially...
This is the moment the entire case gets dangerous. By pleading true to the probation violation, Gina is basically admitting she broke the court's rules, and the judge now has the power to send her straight to prison. One answer just changed everything.
Twofold. So the defendant would be the last registered leaseholder. They've released any interest that they have in the home. As far as the actual named title holder who is deceased, we've attempted to work with the next of kin to have them complete a form. They haven't completed it yet. So yes, we do believe that the court has the authority to enter and grant the relief that we're requesting. I mean,
it's owned by Sharon Parker.
Who said that?
That was
Erica, the Ziola.
Wait, slow down. Erica,
no, the title.
Hang on a second. Ms. Ziola, tell me your name.
Erica Ziola. I'm the mother and guardian for Ronnie. The actual trailer is owned by a Sharon Parker. The tax bills were in her name for Brownstown because part of the park is in Brownstown, part is in Flat Rock. Okay, so she owned it. She passed away. All her belongings are in probate because she got stomach cancer and then passed away before I could even get a hold of her to get, the title or whatever she had.
So, Your Honor, if you look at our motion, Exhibit C is a title search. The home at issue is still titled in the name of Shirley Louise Campbell. I'm not sure who Sharon Parker is, but...
The owner of the home.
Well, not according to the state of Michigan.
She bought it from that, because she went into a nursing home.
I'm going to go back to what I said to you on the other case that we have going. Is there a reason why when Hidden Gardens is leasing the lot that they're not making sure that the person who is going to be the tenant with the purported mobile home is not making sure that they have a title that is registered to the owner, at least the purported owner, before they start doing these things. I'm having a real problem with it.
So I have two parts two answers to that question. The first is my client inherited this property. They purchased the property. All of these residents with these homes, they've inherited. So now they're trying to
I can buy
all
stolen
of these
property. If it's stolen property and somebody's recorded something, I don't get to keep the stolen property. It's the same principle. It is absolutely the same principle. You can't just buy a property and absolve yourself and say, hey, I bought this, I didn't know. I mean, you guys are asking me to allow you to take essentially possession and ownership of a mobile home that is not owned by the person seemingly on these, Ms. Kingsley, that is renting the property. I'm not going to get into running title searches or going over to the Secretary of State. It seems to me that Hidden Gardens has bought their own problem here. Now, I'm going to go back and read this again, and I'm going to let you, but if this is in somebody else's name, it seems to me that somebody's got to probate an estate. I can't just circumvent this and say, well, Hidden Gardens bought it from somebody. Maybe they should have made sure that the previous owners of the property, I'm talking about the Hidden Gardens property now, had done their due diligence to make sure that the leaseholder was going to be the owner and that they had a copy of a title.
Right. I understand your position, Judge, and I know we've been through this a few different occasions on a few different motions. At this point, would you allow me to present a brief outlining our position?
Present a brief, but I'm probably going to give you the same answer that my inclination is to give you on the other one. Yeah, you can file another brief. I'll give you 2 weeks, we'll file another brief, but you're putting the court, I feel like, in a bad position. You want me to start allowing you to remove and dispose of mobile homes when I don't even know who the owner is. And it doesn't sound like you guys know who the owner is. She's given a different name than you're giving me, unless it's a maiden name versus a married name one way or the other. And I don't even know that because it hasn't been recorded with the Secretary of State, apparently.
Right, and this is the first that I'm hearing about this alleged second owner. I'm going off of what the state of Michigan is telling us.
I know, but you know what? They changed the law with regard to motor vehicles too. And you can't, in other words, you are basically responsible to go to the Secretary of State or take identifying information from the seller. I cannot, in good conscience, order somebody to allow Hidden Gardens to essentially destroy property based on the factual circumstances I'm getting in these. I'll give you 2 weeks. We'll file. I'll give you as much time as you need, but I'm thinking I'll go ahead. I'll tell you, whoever bought this property, they should have been checking on these things. This is happening a lot now. This is at least the third or fourth one. Lisa, Jennifer, adjourn this for 2 weeks. Give me a date in 2 weeks, roughly.
June 9th, Your Honor, and we actually have the other Hidden Garden case that morning as well.
Well, is that enough time for you to file another brief on this?
What time on the 9th? Because I have another hearing in front of Judge Hessen that morning.
We've got it at 8:30 right now.
At 8:30?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything on the 16th?
Yeah, we can do 8:30 on the 16th.
8:30, okay. That'll just give me a little extra time to finalize a brief.
You can tell me and repeat what I've said in your brief why I'm wrong. Let's just cut to the chase here. I don't have any problem with anybody telling me, Judge, I think you're wrong, and here's why. I got no problem with that. But
do you want me?
This is messed up. This is absolutely messed up.
Do you want me to email a copy of the brief to Jen like I did the last time?
That would be perfect, and I appreciate it, Ms. Kingsley.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll
I'll lay everything out.
16th.
I'll lay everything out in the brief for you.
I don't know if you feel inclined to file a brief, Ms. Brucknick. You don't have to. It sounds like you're representing Mr. Wilcox, who doesn't own it.
He doesn't own it. He's already given up all interest to it. We just don't want a judgment.
Okay.
That's his interest in this case at this point.
I get it. I'm just saying if you wanted to, you don't have to. If you
Understood, Your Honor.
I wanted, you're probably not going to, and you don't have to, so. We'll make it by June 16th, 8:30.
8:30.
And I think this is 2404042LT. I read your motion. Do you want to argue anything else? Be glad to listen.
You got my brief that I filed last week as well?
Your brief, I made sure I read it this weekend.
All right. I would reiterate everything that we stated in our motion and request that an order be entered to allow my client to remove and or demolish the mobile home.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Wilcox's case. Patricia Prutnick on behalf of Mr. Wilcox.
Okay. Well, he's already left, right?
Correct. He's gone and he released his interest in the home.
Right, but he didn't have any ownership interest in the home, right?
He never had title, Your Honor.
There was a lease in his name, so.
Do you have anything that you wanted to say, Ms. Prutnick? I don't think there's much, your client isn't really involved in this.
No, at this point, he's already done what he did under the conditional dismissal. We're not disputing whether or not the plaintiff can get possession of the mobile home. We just disagree with any judgment going against Mr. Wilcox.
Ms. Kingsley, I hate to do this to you, but I'm back to where I was before. I don't think...
Now the probate problem takes over the entire case. The judge makes it clear. If the titled owner is deceased, the estate must be handled first before anyone touches the property. That completely shuts down the demolition request.
Look, you got a title holder here that is deceased, the Shirley Louise Campbell. I have no idea how much, if any, equity is in there. I have no idea, if any, as to whether or not she had a will. I have no idea if she had a will, who would be the beneficiary. I'm going back to what I told you before. I don't think I can do this. I know I can't do this. You have to go set up a probate estate and probate the case and then let the chips fall where they may. But I cannot, in good conscience, when I've got somebody who's deceased and we don't know whether or not there's been an estate set up, it appears as though there hasn't been. How can I just suddenly turn over the property to Hidden Gardens? That would be horrible.
But we're not asking for ownership to be awarded. We're
You're asking to destroy it. How do I know?
Based on the condition of the home, correct. It's an extremely dilapidated condition. I mean, all of Ms. Campbell's potential next of kin have been served with a copy of the motion. We've attempted to contact all of them, any potential interested parties. They've been served with it. This home is a 1965. It's an old mobile home that's in an extremely unsafe condition. My client's true recourse here would be to put this in front of you under the guise of this case.
I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry. I'm going to deny your motion for the reasons I stated. And in the future, Hidden Gardens, to me, well, this is a little different issue. I'm sorry. I have to deny your motion. You're going to have to set up a probate estate.